Okay, so I'm recording. So I guess we will start this scene off with God, Jesus. So we just try to remember exactly what just occurred. So
Tim Tim
Tim
saw
Tim
Kovacs get
just watched
hung.
hung and literally sat and watched the whole thing. Okay, so I would say it's probably been a couple hours later. The party's still in
Mm-hmm.
prison.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Tim probably is been at a bar for a couple of hours nursing a drink.
Little traumatizing, yes.
Yeah, and he'd probably go towards Binky shop and he'd just go, "Okay, there, Tim Tim. She needs to know." And polish off his last shot and steadily get to his feet and slowly wander over to Binky's shop where he would knock on the door.
There's like a small little clang followed by a whoopsie doopsie. Oh, yes, come in.
Oh, oh, yeah, sorry, Binky. And he kind of walks in very dejected, probably a side of Tim Tim Binky's probably never seen before, honestly, I'd say.
That'll immediately, because like when she looked up, she had like her typical like googly work goggles on. She lifts them up to rest on top of her head and looks over at him, giving him her full attention. It's just like, oh, you look rather tired. Is everything all right?
Uh, Not as such, Binky. I have some I have some troubling news.
Oh, well, here, one moment. She'll hop down from her chair and drag it around to set it in front of the desk, and then run off to the side to grab another stool to set it down there, and hop back on, and then
Pat the what? Sorry, you cut out the last word.
pat the open stool.
Oh, okay, Eric will go and sit and go.
Is everything all right? You look very, not up to your usual peppiness. I hope nothing bad happened.
I think, after that phrase, fucking, I would think Tim Tim would just go, just like a few tears probably come down his face. Sorry, it's big.
Oh dear. Oh, no. Hold, it's okay. Hold on. Where did I put it? Quickly patting herself down and then finding a little hanky, starts dabbing at the tears, just like, oh, no, it's okay. What's wrong? You can tell.
Yeah, Binky, it's your friends, Binky.
Oh, my friends?
Varric, Kovacs, all the other. They were arrested this morning, and something about the adventure they were on. I didn't really know. It was beyond me, but
Are
it's
they okay?
most are. Binky, I don't know how to say this any other way, but Kovacs is dead.
There's a moment pause for kind of her because she was like dabbing away his tears with the hanky. Her kind of freezes up for a moment, blinks, and slowly continues what she is doing. Is just like, oh,
I'm I'm so sorry. I was gonna try to help him, but the fool, the they were taken into prison and locked up, and I don't know the details. As far as I'm aware, it was only supposed to be for 24 hours, but for whatever reason, Kovacs had decided to piss off the general somehow. I don't even know what he did, but they were taking him away to be imprisoned with differently from the rest of the group in mass security. I was intending to get the fool out as soon as the time was right, but he he tried to make a prison break, and and they took him off to the gallows, and God, Vicky, I had to watch them as they hanged the man. That stupid bastard. I barely knew him, but
She still kind of movements like very slow. She's kind of processing the information. Um, and eventually she comes to a stop again. And then uh, leans in and gives him what she hopes is a comforting hug, and pets the back of his head and is like, um, that's terrible to hear. I, I mean, I, I don't know the details of the situation, but that must have been terrible for you to see. I'm sorry that you had to watch all that.
oh, Binky, it's. I failed, Binky. I should have been able to get them out, but
No, 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 no. She pulls away from the hug, presses a finger to his lips to stop him, shakes her head. Do not blame yourself, okay, Tim Tim? It's not your fault. And like you said, you didn't really know them, and you did the best that you could. The fact that you helped at all was more than what was expected. It's it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself.
thank you, Binky. And he just, but I, he'll look up. The tears are drying on his face, but he's definitely fucked up. And he goes, "I'm sorry, Binky. It just brings back some bad memories. Is all. But I'm sorry. How this must be hard on you as well. And here am I breaking down."
Um, no, it's okay. I I think I'm still processing. Um, it kind of sits back on her chair. Ben fiddles her thumbs. Uh, looking, expression's kind of confused. It's just like, it's a little strange to know that someone you saw just the other day is suddenly not around anymore. um, I thank you for telling me. I appreciate it.
Good kind of sniffles up, tries to put himself together, and puts on his very typical con man smile, which he tries to put on when he's in a bad mood. It's okay, Mickey. It's just, I just, I believe you did deserve to know, and I didn't want you to hear it from some random town crier in the morning.
Um, yes, of course. I mean, like I said, I'm still processing, so of course I'm sad. It'll probably hit a lot harder later, but for the most part, at least right now, I'm mostly just worried about, well, the others and you. Um, I I can't imagine how horrible that must have been for you.
I'll be fine, Binky. It's as I said, it's I barely knew the man, but I did quite like him for the little bit I did. But
It doesn't matter, stranger or friend or family or whatever. It's seeing a person die in front of you is it's no laughing matter. So you don't have to pretend. It's okay.
Tim will put just a hand on Binky's shoulder and go, "Thank you, Binky. It does mean a lot, and I know it hasn't. You're still processing, but if you do need help with this too, I want to help you as you often try to help me." I'm sorry, I'm rather out of sorts.
She gives him a kind of shaky little smile. It's just like, no, it's okay. You, it's impossible. You're going to get over it quickly. So of course you're gonna be upset. Um, I well, it kind of claps her hands and once and looks around the store. Is just like, well, I should try to think of something nice to make for the group. They're going to be feeling rather down themselves, and they might stop by. If they don't, I'm sure I can find them somewhere. What's a good thing to cheer everyone up?
Binky, I'm sorry, but I know you mean well, but I think I don't think anything will cheer them up at the moment, but time. And I think all you can do is what you did for me if they come, and a sympathetic ear is probably the best thing they need to cheer them up.
Um, yeah, of course. If they want to talk to me, I'd be more than willing to listen.
He's just gonna take a smile, says, "I'm certain they'll want to talk to you, Pinky. Things, after all, they did speak quite a lot about you when we were together. But I don't know. Oh. Yeah, he's gonna try to stiffen him up. And I'm sorry. I don't know if I should be doing what I am, but do you wish me to leave, Binky? To help you process. I mean, I don't want to. Um, well, yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's rather weird, weird new experience for me. Um, Binky, do you want me to let you be alone to process, or
Uh, uh, I,
do you need me
um,
to do anything for you?
uh, in all honesty, I really don't know. I'm not very good with this sort of thing. She's very like nervously like switching between wringing her hands and kind of brushing down like the of her the front of her work apron and like looking around, um, very fidgety.
Yeah, she does that. Binky's just gonna, or Tim's just gonna reach out to Binky's hand and kind of grab it as she's fidgeting. Like, how about this, Binky? I know you say you're not very good at this, and it's been a while since I've had to deal with it, but perhaps it's best if we sit down and just talk.
Talk. I I can do that. Talking is easy. I talk a lot. Some people say I talk too much often. It's sort of a nervous habit sometimes, or when I'm too excited, and just more like there's a lot of emotions going on. So I end up just sort of going off. I'm doing it again
Tim
right now.
puts a finger on Pinky's lips, like, I know, Pinky. I know, but I refer to more just, well, I mean, I don't know how well you knew Kovacs either, but maybe we just try to remember the good things about him. And he's just gonna go into his pouch, and he's just gonna pull out a small little flask, and he pours himself a small drink. He kind of looks at it and swirls the glass. You know, it's funny. The last thing I did with Kovacs before all hell seemed to break loose was have drinks with the man.
He did seem to really like his time at the bars.
Yes, and a bit of a loose-lipped man when he was drinking as well. Said the damnedest things.
He was a very unique sort. He first time he came in here, I was selling one of my products, and his group thought it'd be funny to put my duckling hat on top of his head, and it turned him into a duckling. At first, he was very angry, and eventually he started looking at the bright side of it, deciding to swim around in his drink and just relax.
I think I very much would have liked to seen that. He takes a small sip. I think I very much would have liked to see that a lot. I can't remember. Varric would know that, or Tim would know this. Binky is not doesn't drink, right? Or
She can drink.
okay, so Binky, and he pours Binky a glass. Like I said, something he would know based off the years they've been together. And he pours Binky a glass. Goes, well, I'd say to our strange little cowboy friend.
To Kovacs. She'll kind of tap her little drink against his.
To Kovacs, and he takes a drink, and they have a little toast.
She'll take a sip of hers and then set it off to the side and finally just kind of press her elbows to her knees and her face in her hands and just start crying.
Oh God, Tim sees that. It's okay. You know, actually sees that he's just gonna go up to Binky and kind of give her a hug, a comforting hug like she did to him. It's like, it's okay, Binky. It's okay.
You know, it's moments like this I sort of wish I was. I even made even greater inventions or was smart enough to find ways to fight through things like this. Maybe bring people back.
He's God. Tim hears this like, Binky. I don't think there's anything that could have been done for this, but God, and he just looks up at the ceiling while holding Pinky. Goes, Pinky, there's. You said it wasn't my fault and it's not your fault, but I don't know if there's any invention that would solve something like this. But I know what you mean.
There are all sorts of magical wonders in the world. I'm sure it just hasn't been found yet. The answer to
Maybe. It's something I won't lie, but I've looked into other areas of it, but I think you wishing to do that is similar to me, Binky, of wishing I was better with getting him out, but perhaps in a way this isn't the end. Who knows? He had those funny little ghosts following him around. Maybe one day we'll see him again.
yeah, maybe we will.
I'll make sure I keep my eyes open for a little blue specter and a funny little cowboy hat.
It gets like a little giggle that kind of breaks off into a sob.
Yeah, with straight up, he's gonna start sobbing with her. Oh god.
Oh, that's probably what they're gonna spend a portion of time doing.
Just sobbing in each other's arms. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, it does. I didn't think I'd get that real for him. But I kind of realized something that sucks is that Tim, given his age and why he hates adventures and law, this is probably not the first hanging he's seen.
Oh no.
Because he's in the hundreds.
Oh
right?
no.
And he lives a life as a criminal. I mean,
oh, poor baby.
yeah, I'm like, oh, poor Tim. I'm like, realize, yeah, no, I mean, I realize that, like, he hates adventurers for a fucking reason.
Oh man. I mean, at least at the very least with this scene happening and him being able to just kind of let it out, he'll probably be able to be a bit more normal when he meets up with the group again.
Yeah, I don't think he'd do this with the group. This is for Binky.
It makes sense.
Yeah, he wouldn't do this in front of anybody else but Binky. Not even Bittis. And he likes Bittis. Oh, God. Is that where we're called to scene? Or are they continuing after their sob fest in each other's arms?
I that's probably where it ends there.
Yeah, I think that's the scene. Oh, God.